Hi everybody, today I'm going to make some sleeping birds on a stick. I'm going to start out with my yarn for the birds, just running it around the tissue box a bunch of times. You can go more times around the tissue box for bigger birds or less time for smaller birds. I just kept going and going until I was like, all right, I'm done. And then once I'm done with that, I will cut a piece of string and I will tie it off. It's nice to do this on a tissue box because it's real pliable, so it's easy to get underneath that wound up yarn, and then I can tie that off. And then I'll just flip it around and I'll cut the other side and I'll have a nice gathered lump of yarn. So I'm just going to make the body by folding it over and tying it off with the rubber band, and then I just double back through, fold it over, tie it off with a rubber band again, trying to keep everything nice and straight. This works best with a straight yarn, not a curly yarn. I tried it with a curly yarn and it was a little messy. So this third time through, I'm going to kind of push that ball of yarn that I just made a little closer to me and the extra strands more towards the back so that it kind of sits on my thumb when I gather it. Now I'll tie it off with another rubber band. There we go. Just kind of fluff it out. And then of course you want to hide your mechanics, so we don't want to see that rubber band. I'll just cover it up with a piece of yarn. And then I'm also going to trim up the tail. I just kind of did it into a point, like a triangular shape. You can cut it however you want. But then it sits nicely on your thumb, just like a little birdie. Now that we have the bird body, we're going to give it a face. I cut a little orange triangle out of felt. And then of course is going to be the beak. And then you get to do the fun stuff now and figure out which eyes you're going to put on it and how close together, how far apart. Once I found the right sized eyes and I've got the beak, I actually hot glued them on. I didn't show this, it was a bit of a mess. The hot glue gun hates me. I'm actually scared of my hot glue gun. So I went ahead and I made two other birds with their eyes closed. I'm going to go ahead and glue them onto the stick here. And I actually got this idea from a stained glass piece on Etsy. It was a sun catcher that you can hang in the window. It's really cute. I thought, oh, I could probably make this using yarn. And it's kind of a fun project to do with kids too. Real easy. They would love spinning around the yarn around a tissue box. And of course making the little birds. Now that I have the two sleeping ones on the side, I'm going to put my wide awake one upside down. This was a little difficult because I needed my sleeping birds to dry, but yet I still wanted to attach my awake bird. And then I wanted to cover up my mechanics again. I don't want to see that stick and all the glue. So I added some feet using that same orange felt. I kind of cut it in more of a trapezoid shape. You can get more intricate, maybe do little circles for like little toes. I went ahead and hot glued those on too. Now that I got my bird sitting there, I'm going to go ahead and attach the string to the stick. When I was all done and hanging this up, I realized that there really is a balance to the birds. They are a bit heavy, so you have to make sure that they're not too forward or too backwards, causing the whole design to flip. Just for a little bit more security, I add some hot glue and then tied it one more time. And then you trim up the edges and you're all set. we go. Sleeping birds on a stick. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get inspired and make your own birds.